Okay, Jim, Sarah, Jimmy, put that down. No again, Sarah. No, oh no, please stop talking. Oh gosh, no. Well, what we can do is we can, Hi, my name is Gemma Perry and welcome to Mooncake, where ESL teaching is made easy. If you're new here, then you need to know that I make weekly ESL teaching tip videos to help you improve your English teaching. So if you are teaching ESL online or abroad, make sure you subscribe below and hit that notification bell for weekly ESL teaching tips. Also, real quick, if you are new here, say hi in the comments below and let me know where in the world you're teaching. Classroom management is one of those teacher skills that we all have to master in order to provide valuable ESL lessons. And although you might have mastered the art of children taming in the classroom, teaching online comes with its own challenges. One of the main differences between teaching in the classroom and online is the ability to read the room. When we're in the classroom, we can see all of our students and we get visual feedback letting us know when they're getting restless or bored, and we can adjust our teaching to manage it. This is much harder when we're teaching online. And not only that, teachers need to manage the group so that students aren't talking over each other, but at the same time, other students aren't falling silent. So without further ado, let's look at 3 simple tips to help you manage your group lessons online. Keeping everyone involved. Now, it sounds obvious, but it's really important to make sure we're keeping everybody involved. And this can be quite challenging and is easy to forget. Not all students are going to feel comfortable using English over the internet, and some others will. So as the teacher, it's really important that you're monitoring and making sure that everybody in the class is contributing. You can do this through group games such as Silly Banana, which I explain in this video right here. Now, Silly Banana works because the whole class as a group need to react together to a prompt, in this case, a silly banana. Group games like this especially help those students who might be shyer and not yet brave enough to use English online in front of their peers. But Gemma, how can I keep everybody's attention when I need students to respond individually? Well, we can keep everybody on their toes by asking quick-fire questions. You ask a question and at the end you say the name of the student who needs to answer. Where is the ball? Where is the ball? Jimmy! On the box. On the box. You can then extend this and have the rest of the class touch their nose if they think that student has answered correctly. Where is the ball? Jimmy! On the box. On the box. But having a teacher shout their name at the end of a question can be a little bit unnerving for some students. So we can soften this blow by allocating either a number or a colour to each student. You then ask the question, followed by that number or colour, and that student then needs to reply. Where is the ball? Blue! On the box. On the box. Now, really importantly, note how I'm saying that number or colour at the end of the question and not at the beginning. And this is to make sure that we're keeping everybody focused and engaged because they just don't know who's going to be asked the question. You can also have students ask questions with each other. Just because they're not in the same room doesn't mean that they can't ask and answer questions together. You just need to control who's talking and when. Now, you can control this by using your mute button and muting those students who shouldn't be talking and unmuting those students who you want talking. But another fun tip that you can try is to create a physical speech bubble that you can hold up in class to show which students should be talking. This speech bubble idea is actually from the Teach Travel Balance channel, which has some great online teaching tip ideas, so make sure you go check them out, linked below. Real quick, if you are finding these tips helpful, then make sure you hit that like button, as it really helps the channel to reach more teachers. Group reward systems. Now, some of you may be familiar with reward systems, and I've touched on this in the past in my classroom management video, which you can find right here. Some online teaching platforms also have some built-in reward systems, which means you can reward students individually with stars. But when teaching group classes, it can be really beneficial to have group targets or goals that everybody can work towards as a team. So instead of just giving students stars individually, there's also a group reward system, such as building a Mr. Potato Head or getting a race car to the finish line. Think about your class, the things that they like, and a group reward system that might work for you. If managed managed properly, these kinds of group reward systems can help everybody feel like part of a team throughout the whole lesson, again encouraging those shyer students to be more involved. Managing energy levels. It's really important that when planning your class, you plan activities with different energy levels in mind. What I mean by this is if you plan an activity that you know is going to get your students really excited and hyper, you need to follow it with an activity that's much calmer and quieter so that you can keep control of the class. Because most especially when teaching groups online, if you've got an activity that does get everybody super excited and you don't follow that with an attention grabber or an activity to calm things down, then, well, you know, all hell breaks loose. So there you have it, some simple tips to help you manage your group online lessons. If you like this video, then don't be afraid to hit that like button and comment with the word helpful in the comments below. If you're looking for more online teaching tip ideas, then make sure you check out this series right here. That's it for this video. Thanks so much for watching. You can find me on Facebook, Instagram and Twitter, or if you're interested in a teacher tea by Mooncake, you can find them linked below. And of course, remember to subscribe and hit that notification bell for more weekly ESL teaching tips from Mooncake.